Hi, this is Marlene and Anna from mindfulweightcontrol.com, and we're here with another Mindful Weight Control tip of the week for you. Now, I want you to notice that whenever you're thinking thoughts about your body that you don't like, those thoughts that don't feel very good, if you can in that moment change your thoughts to be a little bit more positive, then gradually over time you will change the distance vibrationally from where you are with respect to your body to where you want to be. And you will be amazed at the leverage that this change in vibrational relationship will offer to your weight loss success. Let's give you an example. I want you to imagine that maybe you've had a busy work morning, haven't been thinking about your body because you've been so concentrating on your work, but now it's lunchtime, you start to feel a little bit hungry. Maybe you work in an office and you go into the kitchen of your office and you notice that someone's baked cookies over the weekend. They had some extra ones and they brought them in and they're now sitting on the table in your lunchroom. Or perhaps you have your own business like we do and you work from home and you pass the dining room table like I do in my house and you see your daughter's stash of Halloween candy just calling your name. So what do? You go over to that table and you pick up a little treat and you take a bite of it, and the thought process says something like, oh no, here I go again. And you feel that level of disappointment rise within you, right? But this time it's a little bit different because you've been listening to us and you know that in this moment it's not just about what you're eating, it's also about what you're thinking and feeling. So this time you may still have some thoughts that go something like, oh, I shouldn't be eating you. You're going to make me really fat. I don't have any control about this. But maybe you can also insert some thoughts that go something like, well, you sure are a tasty little treat. I am going to enjoy you, and maybe I'm going to eat part of you now, but I'm going to eat part of you later. Or maybe you tell yourself, you know what, sometimes I do indulge in these treats and sometimes I don't.
We both eat cookies.
Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. And I like to know that I have choices, and sometimes I make those choices, right? So you see how you've changed that just a little bit. You feel the shift in the vibrational energy. So now something unique has happened for you. It's because you're not only eating that cookie and enjoying it, but you've changed the vibrational relativity of where you are versus where you want to go. Right? And if you can consistently do that over time, slowly but surely, your weight loss efforts will be more successful. You'll find that you're feeling better and you're more able to resist more often than you do indulge. All right? So that's your mindful weight control emotional and mental tip for the week. Anna, what do you have to talk to us today about what you put in your mouth?
Well, just adding to that, the Mindful Weight Control program, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency and trying to make the best choices as often as you can. And one of my favorite expressions when we want that treat, and I say treat because it's not something we're going to have all the time, but don't stress it. Bless it, eat it, enjoy it. Okay, because if you're eating it with a negative vibe, then you're going to attract more of that. So I'd like to offer a little suggestion to move things in the right direction this week is to incorporate more coconut oil into your meals and snacks. And I am a huge coconut oil fan. I love anything coconut, as you can tell by the size of the container that I have at my home of coconut oil. But why do we want to incorporate coconut oil into our meals? I could talk for a very long time about that. In the Mindful Weight Control program, we do talk about all the health benefits of coconut oil. But in terms of weight loss, when we incorporate healthy fats into our meals and snacks, we avoid those sugar crashes and mood swings that make us reach for those sugary, refined carb treats like a donut or a muffin, etc.
Because fat fills us up.
Absolutely. So when we have healthy fats at our meals and snacks, we can go longer between our meals and snacks and not crave those snacks or treats that are going to send us off in the wrong direction. So I encourage you to try out some coconut oil. And Marlene, I think you've been...
Yeah, I've been using coconut oil at home. I use it on my crackers. I use it as a spread instead of margarine or butter. But sometimes you can mix it in hot liquids. You can put a little bit in your tea if you like, or you can saute with it. You can even bake with it. So there's lots of ways you can use it.
Yeah, and a lot of people say to me, coconut oil is not a saturated fat, and aren't saturated fats bad for you? Well, saturated fats have a bit of a bad rap, and one thing that's very unique about coconut oil, it's not just the saturation that we look at in a fat, but it's also the length of the fatty acid chain in that fat. And coconut oil is classified as a medium chain triglyceride. And the research shows that saturated fats that are high in these medium chain triglycerides actually are used right away as an energy source. We don't store them as fat, and it helps to mobilize the fat in our body so that we can lose weight. And there's some great books that we've referenced in the Mindful Weight Control program. These are available at the store section of mindfulweightcontrol.com. Eat Fat, Lose Fat, a great book with recipes supporting why coconut oil is part of a healthy diet. And the Coconut Oil Miracle, what's really neat about this book is it quotes a study done at McGill University that shows when they took individuals and asked them to replace all the long chain triglyceride fats in their diet, like soybean oil, canola oil, with coconut oil. Just by doing that, these individuals lost on average over 30 pounds in a year. So I encourage you to try some coconut oil, perhaps make your cookies with some coconut oil, and then that'll be even a better way to feel good about reaching for that occasional treat.
Wonderful tip. And think about not only what goes in your mouth, but what you're thinking and feeling while you're eating it. That's our tip for the week. If you have any questions, you can ask them here on YouTube. We'll be happy to respond to them. And please visit us at mindfulweightcontrol.com. Thanks. Have a great week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.